Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, let us start with our lemon water. So in here I just put lemon, honey, I put garlic, I put also ginger in here and sip that as tea with hot water. Anyway, today's channel is all about what I've been throughout this 2 weeks. Yeah, I've been through a lot, eh? Yeah, your girl has been through like so much, and I just felt that I need to share this with you because what I've been through, it might be possible that you're also going through the same thing, or you know someone who has gone through what I have went through. So basically what I was suffering from, I believe and strongly believe that I was suffering from COVID-19. I believe the reason that I tested how I tested was because I was on medication. Now, after all the symptoms, you will come to your own conclusion as to whether or not you believe I suffered from COVID-19 or not. So, firstly, my symptoms, I was comparing to someone who's very close to me who has contracted the disease. So, on the onset, let me just say from day 1 to day 3, but at first I didn't know, or I wasn't suspecting that it could be COVID. I was suffering from a headache. Now, how I can describe this headache is that it's the type of headache that hits you here in your eyes, and it's the type of headache that pulls your eyes. You know, it's the type of headache that when you wake up in the morning and you open your eyes, you feel like someone is pulling your eyes so hard, and you can't do this. Follow my eyes. You can't do this freely. No, you feel like someone is pulling. You need to go with your head like this or a face like this. You can't do that with your eyes. That was the type of headache I had. And the thing with this particular headache is that after I took medication, I took Compral for it, because sometimes when I have headaches I would just take Compral, then the headache would just go away. With this headache, the headache was, it came and then it would go. After I took medication, it would go for 2 hours, then it came back. It would wake me in my sleep. You know, I would be aware or conscious of the fact that I was having a headache. Now, this headache went on for 3 days, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe I'm coming down with the flu. So I took Medlemon. When I took Medlemon, because I started having chills at night. Now, this chills, I had to wake up my partner, my husband, to tell him that, you know what, I am very cold. So he brought a blanket for me. So I would count my day 1 from there, because it happened on a Sunday. On that Monday I had to go to work, so I was very cold and I didn't sleep properly, and the headache kept on persisting. So I took Medlemon for that night, and well, what I said transpired. Then I went to work. What I also started noticing on Monday, I would call Monday my day 2 or day 3, because at this point I was already experiencing symptoms, but I wasn't suspecting that it could be COVID or anything else. Now, what I started experiencing on Monday was that I didn't have much of an appetite. So I ate cereal because I had to go to work and I had to eat breakfast. So I ate cereal, and I felt like I was just pushing like food down my stomach, and I felt like my system wasn't digesting the food I was taking in, and I didn't have appetite. Usually I'm not a morning person, but when I wake up I want to eat. This time I didn't have that desire to eat. So I went to work. When I got to work, I realized that I'm not hungry, and usually around 1 I would be very, very hungry. So I wasn't hungry, but I took a fruit salad, so I had to force that. And then I realized that actually, you know what, I'm very sick. that Monday they confirmed one of the people close to me, they confirmed that person that she had COVID-19, of which me and her, we were suffering from the same symptoms. So I went to the doctor on Tuesday, then I explained my situation. And when I got to the doctor, it was so funny because the doctor didn't suspect that this could be COVID. Like, I had to convince the doctor to give me a referral for me to get tested. On Tuesday, my symptoms, I had a rash on my back, I had that headache, I had nausea, I was also suffering from nausea. I was very cold and I was very weak. Like, I was physically weak, like someone had to help me up, like someone had to take off the blanket from me, so that I can get up and go get bathed. When I was bathing, I would get so tired. And again, the headache was there. I had a sore throat at this point. And I read an article that had explained some of the weirdest symptoms that you could have when you have COVID-19. And it said that you would have nausea, you would have lack of appetite, obviously, but those are not some of the symptoms that are frequently mentioned when it comes to COVID. And they said that you would have rash or lesions on your back, of which I had. They said that you'd suffer from nausea, of which I had. They said that you wouldn't have appetite, of which I didn't. I didn't have appetite at all. And funny enough, I didn't have chest pains. I just had a sore throat. And what I also didn't have was that I am like I could feel that my chest is tight, but I don't know, maybe I attacked it quickly. And the thing about this, one of the reasons that I believe I tested negative was because I was taking medication. The day I went to test, I was taking medication. I had been on medication for 2 days, because now, remember, I went where the doctor referred me, but when I got there, they said they had a backlog, therefore they are no longer testing. It was Lancet. They said they are not testing people anymore, so I had to find another lab. Now, on Tuesday, I went and I had to go back home so that I can start with the medication. On Wednesday, when I went to look for a facility where I can get tested, all the facilities had backlog. All the facilities, or some hospitals, wouldn't take people who were not referred by their own resident doctor. So finally I found Empath. So when I got to Empath that day, I realized that there was a long queue, but they did say that they accept walk-ins. So I decided that, you know what, I'm just gonna take medicine. I'm not feeling well, so I'll go tomorrow. Then the next morning, I still had all those symptoms: nausea, I still had chills, I still had, pretty much all those symptoms that I had mentioned. And I lost so much weight. That was worrying me, because if you're losing weight and you can't eat, obviously you're losing your strength. And I think that's when I started to worry. And I think my family started to worry even more about me when I said that I'm starting to feel weak, physically weak. Yeah, so finally Empath accepted me. I went to do the test, but now what got me was that they said the test would take 5 to 6 days. So here I am wondering whether I have COVID or not. So basically I just went on with my medicine. I took some of the advice, in Spain we call it lengana. I didn't have that, but people are drinking it. Some call it mhlonyane. Yeah, but what helped me the most was the doctor's medicine. And in the morning when I woke up, I took Disprin, so that would help with the headache. It would minimize the headache. I took the medicine, and if your doctor does not give you multivitamin, please take Centrum. I believe Centrum also helped restore my appetite because it's a multivitamin. It also helped restore my appetite slowly but surely. What also helped me along the day was the doctor's medicine. I also took, as I said, lemon water. Anything that's yellow or orange is high in vitamin. Take that, from butternut to lemon to orange to narki, to pawpaw, to whatever. Take that, it will help you. It will help supplement that vitamin C level in your body. Follow people on Instagram, follow people on Twitter, follow people on Facebook, people, or even on YouTube. People who say they were positive, follow them and check out what they've been using. What I also used was Vicks VapoRub, so that it would open my breathing channel down to my lungs. After I would steam my head in it, I would feel so much better, and I would feel like oxygen is going through my stomach, not my stomach, my lungs. Yeah. And then what also helped me was Panado. Most of us are underestimating Panado, and Panado is the bomb for me. The end of my headache was when I was sweating. That final night, I can never forget it. I drank Panado because I was starting to have a headache throughout the day, so I took Panado. I sweat. That day was the end of my headache, but I was still weak. I still didn't have too much appetite, but the headache was gone. But because the headache was gone, I think the headache was the most intense pain that I was feeling in my body. And because the headache was gone, I could function, like I could think properly. And that's when I started to eat, a bit more. I started to drink more liquids, and when I could start eating, the more I gained my strength. So you decide, guys, whether I had COVID or it was just a flu. But I strongly believe that I tested negative because I tested when I was on medication. And some of the medication that I had, it was a suck pill that would help with the sore throat. So maybe that had flushed the COVID away from my tonsils or whatever they test. I don't know. But I strongly believe that I had COVID, and I was very cautious. I didn't go anywhere throughout this journey. And guys, this thing is real. Mothers, fathers, sisters, nieces, people are dying from this thing. It is so heartbreaking to see people being so ignorant, and to see people still not believing that it is real. Especially in South Africa, we are going through it. The cloud that the minister was talking about, we are within it. It's a dark cloud, and so many people are dying, people whom we love, and one way or another it will affect you. One way or another, someone you love will die from it, or someone you love will be diagnosed with it, and it's not fun. It's all those symptoms that I have mentioned may look like it's just regular symptoms, but it's heavy on you. It's heavy on your body. Those who know me and follow this channel will see that I have lost a bit of weight. It is heavy on your body. Those symptoms are not a walk through the park. They are intense. Please take care of yourselves. Please love the ones that love you. Subscribe to my channel, and yeah, take care. Wear a mask. Do the right thing. Mwah.